What's good, sports gamers, and today I'll be diving into some tips, tricks, and tactics for beginners you should know to help you get off on the right foot in Madden 26. I'm Chris from Sports Gamers Online, and alright, let's get it. On offense, passing the ball can potentially give you the most headaches, but a few principles you want to have going into your games are before the snap. Do not already have it in your head who you're going to throw to. You can give them more attention, but if you are like, I'm throwing to Jefferson in this play, it doesn't work like that. And the defense will have a say in how that play goes for you. And another is before you hit the button to throw, quickly scan the area of your target. And that can help you quickly move on to another player instead of forcing it to somebody you thought was open, but really is not. During a play and all your receivers appear to be covered, you can change your receiver's route mid-play in Madden 26. You're going to want to hold the left trigger while standing still or on the move, and then aim the right stick in the direction you want your nearest receiver to move into. This is another situation where you're able to generate huge plays, so make sure you capitalize on it when your opponent gives you time to do this. On defense, hitting LB or L1 on your controller will bring up your pass and run commit options. And on your left, you're able to select whether you want to route commit to all inside or outside routes on the play. Now you can individually adjust this as this is a global setting, but what this does is boost your defender's play recognition on any route that falls under inside if you choose that, or outside. Now any route that is opposite of the direction your route committed your defenders, they will be slower to react to those. So it's a pros and cons to this, but it is highly effective if you know your opponent has a go-to route in a certain direction. Speaking of defensive control, when your opponent is rolling out, clicking in the right stick allows your nearest defender to crash down on the quarterback instead of letting them run right by you. This feature helps you prevent easy scrambling plays. When you're about to get tackled, if you hold the right stick up, your player will attempt to reach for extra yardage. This is huge for getting the first down when you otherwise will fall short, and most importantly, converting getting stopped at the one into more touchdowns. This simple mechanic can be the difference between punting and extending drives. At the goal line, if you hit square or X, your running back will attempt to dive over the pile. On 1st and 10 and you're passing, one of the most important things you want to do is keep the chains moving. One way to do that is by having routes that can get the ball out of your hands quick, like slants, drags, and in routes. So you're not immediately in a 2nd and 21 because you sent everybody deep and got sacked. When running the ball, plays can be over before you hit hike. On run plays, you always want to run the play assuming every blocker will pick up their block. And all you have to do is make sure every block picks up their block, aka making sure nobody is left unblocked. Which means counting how many guys they have in the box versus how many you have to block. And the box is this short area around your offensive lineman. If you have 6 and they have 6, you just need to worry that nobody misses their block. If they do it, it is what it is, or get better blockers if you're in franchise or ultimate team. But if they have 7 and you only have 6, on a straight run play, you have a low likelihood of getting a good run out of this because their unblocked defender is very close to the line of scrimmage and will be able to tackle you for a short gain or negative yards. And then maybe time to switch your play to a pass to exploit the opening they're giving up. Now there are advanced tactics like read options or running away from the unblocked guy, which I'll go over in further videos, but this is a good basis to have a successful run game. When running the ball, besides defenders trying to knock you in the next week, be aware of your offensive line and not running up their back and into the open space as efficiently as possible. To avoid this, let go of turbo. Avoid this, just start targeting their outside foot and running away from that. It will have you in your mind automatically moving away from them before you even get close, so you have more room for error to get around them instead of cutting it close and running straight into them. On an obvious passing down, holding R1 or RB on your controller and then flicking the right stick up lets you commit to the pass. And doing so gives your pass rush a boost for guessing right. And if your opponent happens to play action because you pass committed, your defensive ends will go straight to the quarterback and not bite on the fake. Speaking of defensive control, let's talk about the defensive switch stick. You ever want to react to a route that is developing deeper down the field, but you're stuck on a linebacker 10 yards away? Well, the defensive switch stick lets you instantly jump between different defensive players during your play. You can teleport to whatever player you want who is in the best position to make something happen. The key is recognizing when the current player just can't get to where the action is. This is huge so you don't have to rely on the computer to finish plays for you as often. Furthermore, with any passing type that you use, you're going to want to get familiar with pass leading, which lets you aim the ball at the receiver in any direction relative to where they're moving. When you're about to throw to a receiver running into a defender, pass leading behind them, for example, can help the receiver out by adjusting him to wherever you aim it at, so as a result you can slow him down and avoid a big hit or interception. Moving on to catch mechanics, in Madden 26 you are given 3 types of catches you're able to make to complete a pass. Holding Y or triangle makes you go for an aggressive catch. This helps you go up and get passes over defenders. Holding X or square lets you catch the pass on the run to maximize yards after the catch. And you want to do this if you notice there is space in front of you. If you're working with tight spaces, holding X or A if you're on Xbox forces your receiver to perform a possession catch, where he will immediately hit the ground after catching it to remove the chance of the ball getting knocked loose. Additionally, certain situations demand you to sling the ball over the defender's head, specifically passes down the middle, and that is where the high pass comes in handy. By holding L1 or LB on your controller, you're able to elevate the ball above underneath defenders' heads to complete your pass. You're probably going to want to combine that with an aggressive catch to snag it out of the air because of its high trajectory by holding triangle or Y. Post routes and digs thrive with a well-placed high pass across the middle. Additionally, if you're trying to run down a deep pass and it looks like the ball is going to miss you by a yard or two, holding Y or triangle to attempt an aggressive catch is your only shot at snagging it out of the air. Now let's talk about another way to catch passes in Madden 26, and introduced last year. You can go up for one-handed catches by holding L1 or LB on your controller, and then hitting your preferred catch button as a modifier. So you can do one-handed aggressive catches, one-handed runs after the catch, and one-handed catches where they will immediately hit the ground. Moving to personnel management, on defense, always let the offense pick their play first and match up your personnel accordingly. If they come out in a 3 wide receiver set, you want to at least be in a nickel formation to match speed. For a 2 wide out set, you want your stronger players on the field so you don't get run over in a base formation. When you just had a bad previous play on offense, or your opponent had 2 or 3 guys open on one play at the play call screen, please take advantage of the fact that you're able to see what play they just ran, because odds are if it worked, they're probably going to run it again. This can help you save time and prevent delay of game penalties because you couldn't find your play in time, or you just found a play that looks interesting and the clock is about to run out to go to the next quarter. Set up your favorite plays by marking the play you will use the most for easier access by double tapping the play's icon until you see the star indicator. This will put all your go-to plays in one menu for easy accessibility. If you receive a kickoff in the end zone, please take a knee, because this year the ball will immediately be spotted at the 35-yard line. It's not worth the small chance you can take it back while risking you fumbling or getting tackled at the 20. Additionally, new this year to Madden 26 is the ability to perform on-the-fly substitutions for the specific formation you're in instead of pausing your game. To do so, you want to hit up on the D-pad, and then down you can swap players to manage their energy levels or get certain guys in the game. You can add a different level of strategy here by putting your, let's say, run blocking wide receiver in only on snaps where you're going to run the ball, and there's a 99% chance your opponent won't notice at all. So alright, sports gamers, I hope this video was able to help you out, and if you like the content we provide, make sure to subscribe to Sports Gamers Online for more Madden 26 content. And once you're with us, hit that bell icon at the bottom so you don't miss anything we put out. Alright people, I'm Chris, thank you all for watching, and be good y'all.